Hello, everybody, and welcome to your December month ahead reading. I cannot believe we are here already, but here we are. The end of 2022 is here. And if you're like me, I almost just said my birthday's almost here. So maybe there's some Sagittarius people here watching. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. Your reading will be coming out soon. But I would love to honor you here in the sacred space with a reading for your month ahead of December. I feel like we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So if you are new to pick a cards, I will show you each signifier of the groups, and then you can scroll down to the comment section or the description of the video to click on your timestamp and choose your reading. So for group number 1, you have this beautiful Howlite star. I love these. This is the first time I have used these in a reading, so I hope you love them as much as I do. For group number 2, we have I believe this is a chevron amethyst star. Super cute. And for group number 3, we have an Adventurine star. So if you need to take some time and meditate and breathe through these signifiers to choose which group you are most resonating with, please feel free to pause the video here. Otherwise, I will see you at the timestamp of your reading. For those of you who choose group number 1 with the Howlite star, let's go ahead and get started with your messages for the month of December. And so this will be your overall theme, and we'll get tarot and guidance out on the table for you as well. But overall for you, we have number 41, Imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. So I wonder if you are manifesting something. It feels like you are kind of doing a year-end review on your personal life, and it sounds like, it feels like to me you want to change some things. I'm definitely getting the number 5 here, 41 together in numerology would be 5, which is all about change. So I feel like you are looking to create change, but in a way that invites peace. So let's get some tarot on the table for you and see what you are dealing with this month. So you might be coming into December from a time that feels kind of dry as far as inspiration goes. So I feel like the month of December, you're going to get that spark back and your imagination is going to light back up. So that's wonderful. If you've been feeling like, I don't want to write, I don't want to create things, you're not feeling like yourself, this Sagittarius energy is going to, boom, just expand that wide open for you for the divine inspiration to come back. And we've got a flyer here, so we have the 2 of coins for you coming out first. And then the 3 of coins. The 4 of coins. Oh my God, you saw me shuffle these. Let's see, what layout are we doing here? Let's go like this. And lastly, we have the Hierophant, which is another 5. So you have a 2, 3, 4, 5, very significant for you. I feel like you are a step-by-step type of person. So it could be that you start a process in the month of December that's going to take a few steps to really solidify that change. But this change has to do with your material reality. The suit of coins is the suit of earth as well. So we're talking money, career, where you live, especially like your overall physical environment that surrounds you. It could even be like possessions and car. So, I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen that, especially all in the same suit, well, with the exception of the Hierophant. So starting out with the 2 of coins, it looks like you're getting tired coming into this month, balancing your work and home life, balancing things for other people as well. It just feels like, oh man, it could be that you have had to put your emotional health on the back burner. I'm not sure what that's about, but I just see you kind of like putting that in a little box and putting it away for now. So I feel like in December, you're like, I'm done with this and I need to learn. I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way to move forward with the Three of Coins. So you might be like collaborating with coworkers and family members who know you well. Like, what do I need to do here? How did you do it? So maybe you are kind of like finding yourself in a new situation with your physical reality. Moving, getting a new job, having a baby, entering into a new relationship, buying a car, something pretty major. And it feels like you're looking at people who have come before you and you're wanting to learn from them. How did you go through this paperwork? How did you do this? How did you coordinate all of this? And then I also feel like finances are coming forth in the month of December, needing to be rebalanced. This particular card in this deck down here, the Four of Coins, also brings up a theme about, it's not like stinginess, but it's like withholding money can cost happiness in this case. So there's definitely, I feel like your spirit guides and your ancestors are posing a question, are you happy? So there's, I don't want to say like it's a warning, it's like a loving reminder that you don't have to pinch pennies if it's going to cause you to be unhappy. So we're like reimagining a happier life for you. And with the Hierophant, it feels like you're wanting to really structure things and come up with new routines that support you. The Hierophant can also talk about faith. So maybe you are going back to a religious institution, praying more, going to church, that type of thing. And the candle just flickered. So I feel like your faith is really shining this month. You might even have prayed for or asked for something that will be answered in the month of December. So let's go ahead and get some angels and ancestors on the table since we were just talking about faith. I didn't intend to get into this deck this early, but they just pointed to it like that's the one for group number 1. Whoa. We already have the Hunter, track down your fears and desires, coming out for you. Again, I feel like physical resources are very important to you at this time. It's interesting, you have such a heady card with imagination, and then you have all of this earth energy. The Hierophant is also a Taurus card, so that might be an important time of year or an important sign for you. Then we have Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Yeah, so I feel like you are learning to balance what you want and dreaming. It's like having your head in the cloud and your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground at the same time. I do definitely feel like divine inspiration is coming in for you. Father energy might be important for you as well in the month of December. And I'm also feeling a big push to take a ton of action. And I feel like the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5 is kind of inviting you to slow down a little bit and trusting the divine energy around you and within you to kind of fill in the gaps. So it feels like I'm feeling this energy where you feel like you have to organize and do everything by yourself. And I feel like Spirit is saying, if you just let go, loosen your grip a little bit, we really want to help you. It looks like you know exactly what you want and you've known for a while. So I feel like you're going to not be super shy with that, which is great. Because the clearer you are with your intentions, the more, the universe can step in and help you. And I feel like that is definitely going to be the case. But I feel like that might be a little tricky for your personality type. So let's see what lesson is at play here. We are in the sign of Sagittarius at the moment. So if you're a Sag like me or you enjoy this type of energy, very much focused on higher learning. So knowing the lesson is very helpful so we can move through it and expand. So what's going on for group number 1? Why is it so hard to let go of needing to do things on their own? And we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. So I feel like you're really used to being an expert, and it might feel uncomfortable to not be the expert. So maybe you're used to kind of teaching and advising others. But this month, you're the one who is receiving advice and receiving like training, and maybe even like sacred downloads. So really try to embrace that. I feel like you're so intelligent. Um, that others might have even been intimidated by you in the past. I don't feel like that's the case anymore. So that must be something that you're aware of if that just came right out. Um, but yeah, I feel like being an expert is part of your purpose. So you might have an archetype of teacher or advisor or parent or something like that. So Spirit is saying it's time for you to be the child this month and kind of like go step by step and learn a new process. But that's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of playfulness in that. So let's get some advice for you on how to really allow this process to go as smoothly as possible. And we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Beautiful. And then we also have, do you see how quick those flipped over? We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius can also bring up the energy of friendship. So if you are moving or training or doing something brand new, I feel like there's friends around you that truly want to help. So I'm hearing, please let them. A lot of purple here for you, group number 1. So your crown chakra is really activated this month. But yeah, I feel like it's really important. I'm so sorry if you can hear the dog in the background, but I feel like you are someone who really craves stability and peace and ease, and that is coming for you in the month of December. But holding on tightly and needing it to happen could actually slow it down a little bit. I hope that makes sense. So I feel like the main backbone of the read here is to relax and allow as much as you can. Your personality type naturally is going to get so much done, even when you're trying to relax. So I feel like someone on your spirit team is saying, we wouldn't say that to just anybody. So you must be really special, group number 1. And for some reason, they want to end with a spirit animal card for you. Ooh, and did you see that? The shark just flashed. So there could be something that comes up this month that needs to be talked about. Definitely do not shy away from that. Express how you are feeling, even if it seems a little scary. The shark is only dangerous when you're not aware that it's there or when someone's denying that it's circling. So definitely just keeping that open communication, open heart kind of. And I feel like you're like, nope, I don't have time to have an open heart. And so I'll rephrase for you and say open mind. All right. Okay. Wow. Spirit's just throwing your cards all over the place. And it landed right on the amethyst heart. I find that very interesting. Oh, we have dolphin. What a beautiful, joyous card. So I feel like you're starting a process in December that you might even be dreading a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, there's going to be so many steps to this, so many layers. I really got to be focused. I really got to get this done. And Spirit's like, it can be so much more fun than you're thinking it is going to be. So really like make time to laugh, make time to like get together with friends, watch funny stuff when you're relaxing, or if you listen to podcasts. Listen to things that make you smile and laugh. Do things that cultivate joy for you, because that's the purpose of having structure and routines is, you have freedom within it to do what you want and to explore and expand. And I know that you have a lot to do, but it's going to get done, okay? And you're here to experience joy. And I'm seeing you just like, spread your arms. You're just like so relieved at the end of this month. So please take comfort in knowing that you're going to have a beautiful and successful end to the year in December. Okay, so those were your messages. If you chose the Howlite star with group number 1, getting it done this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. For those of you who chose group number 2 with the Amethyst star, let's go ahead and get your messages for the month of December. So we'll start with your overall theme and get plenty of clarification. But overall, you are dealing with the energy of romance. Number 23. Oh, romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Wow, beautiful. So it feels like something very lucky is going to be happening with you in the realm of love. Now, that could be self-love, so you could have a huge revelation. It could be familial love or like even friendship. But I mean, romance, it could also mean like, I'm getting so many meanings here. So I feel like you might be like a literary person or a writer, because I'm just seeing this like list of definitions of it could mean a million things. And readings don't always come through like that to me. It can also mean like falling back in love with your life. So really enjoying and cherishing moments around the holidays, noticing how beautiful the decorations are. So what a beautiful energy to open up your reading with. Let's get some tarot on the table and really get a sense of what we're dealing with here. So for group number 2, apparently the possibilities are endless here, but what is group number 2 dealing with in the month of December? Under the theme of romance. I mean, it's all good things in my opinion. From what I feel, it feels like a really warm, luxurious feeling. So like treating yourself, treating others. You might even like go out to a really nice restaurant or do something really special. Kind of splurge on yourself a little bit. Yeah, we have the Ace of Wands. Beautiful creative energy, passionate energy coming out. That card felt like it wanted to come. And so we have the Fool. Brand new start, brand new passionate beginning. We also have the Six of Swords, so definitely a necessary transition that needs to happen before this. And then the Hierophant, again, in the same position as group number 1. So maybe you felt torn between those two groups. So definitely go back and watch that one if you're feeling like that resonates for you. So again, we have this beautiful energy. It's like this spark of romance. So you might actually meet somebody. We also have the Fool here. And it's connected to the Hierophant, which is like structure, faith, counsel. So you could even like be so, I mean, this is just for some of you. So I feel like we have a couple different groups with like subgroups within this group. But for those of you who actually do meet someone, it feels like you fall so hard that you like ask a trusted advisor. That could be like your parent or your best friend or someone, but someone you really, really trust. You're like, what do I do about this? Am I okay? Like, this is not normal for me. But I'm interested here in the Six of Swords. That's a very different energy from the rest of the cards on the table. So I'm actually going to clarify the Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords in this reading? Ooh. And it feels like something is overflowing. And we have the Empress. So, I mean, this is so interesting. I feel like you are going to feel in your gut whether this is your group or not. If you're like me and you're a blusher, maybe your face is already starting to feel really warm, because I feel like this is just straight up romantic love for most of you, who truly this is your pile. And if you don't want it to be your pile, that's okay too. I mean, just because an opportunity presents itself doesn't mean that you have to take it, right? But over here with this spark, this passionate beginning, you're transitioning away from being alone, from being alone in your divine femininity. So it feels like you are transitioning away from a period of receiving, of manifesting, and it's like the person's here, and now it's just time to take a leap of faith. Whoa, okay. So let's get some spirit animals on the table. Let's get an idea of what your energy is going to be feeling like and what the other party's energy is going to be feeling like and your shared energy. I knew there was a reason. They like to use this deck a lot for relationships, and I was curious that they wanted to pull it for a month ahead. So again, for most of you who have chosen this pile, this is going to be dealing with a new romantic relationship or a whole new level of an existing romantic relationship. So let's get an energy check on you. So for group number 2, their energy, please, in the relationship. And we have the otter. Oh, you're just so ready for companionship. You're ready to play. You're ready to laugh, have fun, be in love. Let's get the other parties. Whoa. And we have the owl. Wow, this is someone who's very sharp, very maybe even intuitive. Let's put them there. What an interesting match. I feel like you would really ground this other person. So they may do like technical work, or they might even work in education. It feels like they train people or they teach people. They might even advise people here because they're over the Hierophant. But this person has spent a lot of time learning within their life. And I feel like you have too. And it hasn't been easy for you, but I feel like because you've had hard times, you understand how important it is to be happy. So you're really wanting to like play with this person, like, laugh with them, be their friend as well. So what a sweet connection. Okay, so what's the shared energy here? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I just knocked the Hierophant off here. So I feel like for some of you that could mean like this completely shocks you and just like pulls the rug out from under you. You were like, whoa, I didn't know I was gonna fall in love. Like it feels pretty shocking. Okay, so what's the shared energy here? Yeah, I'm almost getting this like flustered feeling like, oh, what do I do next? What am I gonna do? Oh my gosh! Group number 2, we have the Cosmic Egg. This is the last card in the deck. It's like the world. It's like a culmination of everything. It's like everything has led you up to this. And this is in the element of spirit. Wow. For some of you, I feel like you've really wanted this. You've really craved this for a long time. And it's coming. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some angels and ancestors here, because with something this big, I think that there are some other forces involved. Wouldn't you agree? So here, who is here to guide and support group number 2? And 2 is also a number of relationships as well. Through this shift in their romantic relationship in the month of December. So some of you could also have like an anniversary in December. That could just be a confirmation. If you're like, is this my group? I don't know. If you made it this far, good for you. With not knowing if it's your group quite yet. So we have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And we have Protection Guardian, drop your shields. So for some of you, I feel like you might be concerned about interacting with people like online or like dating again. And I mean, that's a very specific subgroup of you who are open, like you're open to dating, you're on apps or whatever, and you're concerned about meeting someone in person. You're totally safe. These guardians, these ancestors and angels are here with you specifically to protect you in the month of December. So it is totally okay to drop your guard and lower that wall down. So it could be that this person shakes up your life in a way that you've never experienced before. They break down your walls and you feel like a kid again, or you're just sharing things that you've never shared with anybody else, and it could feel kind of scary. You're like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? But that's okay. That's part of the process, and you are totally safe. And it also feels like there's an idea coming up about love, that it needs to be worth fighting for. And it feels like Spirit wants to talk about that dynamic, and kind of lightening that. So it doesn't need to always feel like you are defending something with your life. So maybe you have felt like that in the past, or you've been with someone who just had you in fight or flight constantly. This is going to be totally different. Spirit is like holding down the fort for you so you can truly like fall in love and get swept away and take a leap of faith and just enjoy meeting this other person. This is definitely fated. You all are definitely meant to meet each other. And there's a lot of divine energy, kind of like conspiring with you to bring you together. Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get some advice for you. So how can group number 2 embrace this and allow this energy to be ushered in? Advice for you, group number 2. For someone who is receiving this as their group, I'm hearing, I do not have time for this, I don't want it, and it's okay if you don't want it. This person is definitely meant to cross your path, but you can definitely say no. If you are just feeling a no in your stomach, please listen to that. Like, this doesn't need to just happen to you. You know what I mean? You have a say in your life. So, or, maybe try a different group if you don't like this message. But just, I keep getting that. So I wanted to acknowledge you, whoever you are watching. Your advice: we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. And we also have a time for healing, balsamic moon. So maybe you feel like, I need to do my own stuff. I need to take care of my body. I want to get my health. I want to get myself in perfect health before I'm allowed to date. Timing doesn't work like that all the time. So for some of you, this person is going to come in and really challenge those ideas. For others of you, it's totally valid to stick to that. You want to feel honored and confident and loved where you are. And if that means you need to do more work with yourself, that is totally valid as well. But overall, with this reading, Spirit would love to see you fall back in love with your life and with yourself, because you are so, so, so worth loving and healing and having a great time. So I hope that those were helpful messages, or that they resonated in some way for you. I'm so curious because I'm getting a mixed reaction here. So maybe you just don't know how to feel about it just yet. And that is okay too. However you feel is totally valid. But thank you so much, group number 2, for stopping by and spending some time with me on this reading. Those were your messages for the month of December. How exciting. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful month ahead. And for those of you who choose group number 3 with the Adventurine crystal, let's go ahead and get your messages for the month of December. These groups number 1 and 2 were so different. I'm so curious to see what you have in store for your overall theme. Organization number 42, lots of 4s and 5s today. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Okay. Let me see here. So maybe you are boxing things up, like looking into storage, like, what do I have in these closets? Do I really want that? I feel like you are also thinking about donating either like time or resources during the holiday season as well. So those could be a couple confirmations for those of you who are wondering if you chose the right group. Also with organization, I feel like you might be rethinking the types of organizations that you deal with. So maybe even like where you work. And this card was just on the bottom here, Five of Swords. So maybe you're wanting to reclaim your power from a place that feels institutionalized. And I'm kind of getting like career and home life. So it's like, what can I make of this? If this is how it's going to be, what can I do? How can I reorganize my energy so that I feel more stable and more satisfied? So let's take a look at your tarot to see what kind of dynamic you are dealing with. My kitty cat is just running around so excited. So if you have a furry friend, I feel like their energy will be significant for you in the month of December as well. I'm sorry if you can hear her. She's so funny. Okay. And I'm hearing, let's make this happen. So maybe you have been planning something in advance for quite some time and you're needing to actually, nope, they just stopped me. They're like, no, it's not that they're going to take action in the month of December. We're still organizing the pieces. So I feel like you have all the pieces of the puzzle on the table. You're like categorizing them. You know what I mean? And so we have justice. Always a welcome sight. Ooh, the 9 of coins. The 10 of swords. Wow. And we have the King of Wands. So I want to clarify right away, who is the King of Wands? Who is the King of Wands in this reading? And we have the 9 of Wands to clarify the King of Wands. I feel like that's you, honestly. So let's talk about you for a second. So down here with the King of Wands, you might be a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising. When a King of Wands is balanced, they are a wonderful leader. People love them. People want to be around them. King of Wands loves to be loved as well. They often thrive when they're in leadership roles, and they are just very charismatic and very passionate people. However, we have you clarified here by the 9 of Wands. So I feel like we're taking a look at your stress level in the month of December. That could be why you're getting organized. Maybe you're getting ready to make a move, because this has just become much too much. It feels like you are so at the end of your rope. It's like, if one more thing is put on me, I'm gonna snap, I'm going to explode, or I'm gonna implode. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I feel like you're just kind of in a sticky situation where timing is important, because I can see here with the 9 of coins, it feels like you're doing fine. Like, you have resources, you have more than enough to meet your needs at this moment. Maybe in the future you're not sure, but it feels like right now your immediate needs are met. It's like everything on the surface is fine. So people around you might not even know that you're having a hard time. Because King of Wands often like wants to make other people feel good as well. So it could be that you just kind of keep that to yourself. But yeah, we have this pretty tough energy. I'm going to be honest here. Coming up with the 10 of Swords and justice getting ready to be served over here. So let's clarify the 10 of Swords. You have the most tarot of anyone of all the groups. So why is the 10 of Swords here? Whoa. Okay. And we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. This is kind of what I was suspecting. So this could be work, honestly, or it could be like family, something that is so clearly and obviously unfair, but it feels like there's nothing that you can do about it. And that is something that would drive you crazy. If you are the King of Wands, you know, the King of Wands has a lot of personal pride in their ability to figure things out and be resilient. And it's like, this is just crushing you. This situation is just making you feel so defeated. You could even feel betrayed, or like someone has been lying to you. And it looks like this is connected or exemplified by a person. So for example, if this is work, this could be your immediate manager. And I'm having all kinds of stuff coming up with my throat. I don't know if you can hear that, but it could be that you feel like you have no voice in the situation as well. And that's just kind of like compounding the stress. And you're like, I don't know how much more I can take of this. So I'm going to look for another job, or I'm going to go to HR. It feels like you're going to take official action. Or if this is like a family member, there's going to be a real confrontation with next steps. It's like, listen, I can't work with this person any longer. Or if it's family, like, I can't be treated like this any longer, and this is where I need you to meet me. If not, I'm going to have to remove myself. So it feels like you are organizing your thoughts and your mental space and your energy, because this situation is really draining it. But the person that would exemplify this is a Knight of Cups. So that kind of sucks, because on the surface, this person would be just lovely. They would come off as pretty charming, someone who is understanding of emotions. Now, this doesn't mean that this is, who they truly are, but they would like you to think that, right? So this is someone who is honestly like pretty romantic and pretty chivalrous. So they could be a little traditional. It just feels like something was romanticized, actually. Let me rephrase this. Let me ask, is this an actual person, or is this an energy? No, it's an energy. My apologies. This is an energy. So typically those are people when they come up. So it feels like there's a situation that you've become kind of caught, like entangled in, honestly, that was romanticized at one point. So it could be that you told yourself, it's family, I'll always love my family, or, my family cares about me, or, this is a great place to work. It's okay. There's other benefits going on. But it's like, in reality, you're at the end of your rope and you're looking for something else. And so if you've been feeling guilty about that, please don't. You deserve fairness, and whatever's happening right now is not fair. And I don't feel like you're being treated well, if I can just be totally blunt with you. So let's get some spirit animals in here to check up on your energy and the other situation's energy. Whoa. Okay. So we have whale. I feel like that's you. And then we have otter. And then I'm going to take buffalo too. I know that's kind of a lot to take, but I feel like you've been taking a lot in this situation. So I guess it's going to come to a head in the month of December for you. What an interesting timing. So with whale, this is, and with king, a king as well as a master of their suit. So you're just quite exceptional, honestly. You're very highly skilled. You're very valuable and very deep and insightful. So you are a master communicator. I feel like for some reason your voice is being stifled in this situation. And I'm so sorry to feel what you're feeling, because you really deserve a lot better. Over here, with the situation that you're finding that's challenging you, this is interesting. So it's almost like it should be a shadow otter. If there is such a thing. I feel like you're being played. I feel like someone is playing with you, or just trying to like wring your energy out. You could feel like this person, your boss or your toxic family member or somebody like that, is playing mind games with you, and it's ridiculous, especially with a master as you are over here. But in the middle, we have the buffalo, which is a very spiritual card. So I feel like something about the situation has awakened you on a higher level than you've been able to reach before. But it's still time to get out, So I feel like it served its purpose, and now it's time to find a way to get out that really honors who you are and create a better situation for yourself. So let's get some angels and ancestors in here for you. I know with going through such a challenge, you have support around you. Oh, and a supporter already came out, Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. Yeah, I definitely feel like however this is resonating with for you, for some reason I keep getting family or career. It's like you just do not feel valued at all. You feel like a number, or you feel like they don't know or care who you truly are or what you need. So it's time to change that. You do not need to stay in a dynamic like that for very long at all. And that must very deeply affect you with the whale. I feel like you're empathic as well. But again, I feel like you keep it together really well for other people. So they probably would not guess that you are feeling this much. Yeah, and we have Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. This is beautiful. So there's definitely a yin or divine feminine energy coming forth within these supporting figures, the Heart Guardian and Mother Earth. So it could be that you have been taking action, doing for these other people. And it's time to just take a break, honestly, and receive. Nurture yourself, nurture your body, your mind, your soul, your heart. Take some time to do self-care. And that doesn't have to be like buying expensive products or going to get a massage. It could mean not planning anything for a whole weekend, or having silence for a certain time, every evening. I can just see you like taking time to reconnect with your sacred awareness or who you truly are. So it feels like there's part of this that is, it's like falsely presenting itself as your identity. That's why it feels like it's your family or what you do by trade. But those things are not who you are. Who you are is the sacred divine awareness within you. That's your essence. That's who you are. And so I feel like we're like, again, putting together a blueprint, like a plan, and then getting ready to take action on it in the new year. So let's get some advice for you. Okay. So we have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, South Node. And then we also have It's Time to Release Negativity, Full Moon in Scorpio. So with Scorpio, I don't feel like you're going to have, well, so I'm seeing a spirit guide do this. So I guess it depends on what you want and who you are. So this could be a confrontation. It could not be a confrontation. Scorpio is definitely a very deep and vast sign, I would say, feeling very deeply, but dealing with things internally, not being afraid to look at the shadow and deal with the shadow, often alone. But, sometimes with this Scorpion, there could be a need to defend yourself. Okay, so that's what it is. I don't feel like you are going to seek a confrontation. One might come to you, though, and you can decide what feels best for you in that moment. Whether to stand your ground and tell this person how you feel, or to keep it to yourself and just kind of observe and let whatever is revealed to you inform your plans for what's next. So you could hear something at work. You could have the opportunity to like confront someone and yell at them. But I feel like for most of you here, you're not going to choose to do that. It's going to be more of an observational time to gather information. So I really feel you being the observer. So again, just really tapping into who you truly are as the observer. And then obviously with Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, you do not need to be stuck here. You do not need to feel stuckness. And I know it might be scary or like the timing is bad to do this or do something totally new. But I feel like things are coming to a head and it's really time to take care of yourself. At the very least, please take time away from the situation to just kind of gain your footing back. So one last parting piece of advice for you, group number 3. Surrender to the divine, full moon. So you are not alone in doing this. You definitely have a ton of support around you. Please remember that. And with Buffalo and this full moon card, I feel like you are very connected to divine energy. So you might have even felt like, I'm in this situation because I followed signs and synchronicities, or I was born into this situation. Like, what the heck? What is going on here? So it could feel like it just really sucks at the moment, but it feels like you definitely didn't mess up anywhere. Okay, so I feel like maybe you've been asking yourself that. But again, I keep feeling like it's time to move on to something that's better for you. Choose yourself and invest the resources needed to do that. You know, if you need to take time off to apply to other jobs, do it. If you need to, you know, go have therapy or services done for yourself to cope with this family situation, do it. Please choose yourself. Please choose yourself. You've done so much for so many other people. It's time to do it for you in this month of December. Wow, so those were your messages. If you chose group number 3 with the Adventurine crystal, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I know that was some like a tougher energy that came up, but I feel like overall this was very empowering. So I'm happy for you. I really, really, really hope that you choose yourself because you are so worthy of that, group number 3. But I'm sending you so much love. I hope you have a wonderful December, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.